Hello, hello, hello. Checking in with the first 5 tracks because I'm listening to it on audio of Such a Fun Age, a debut 2019 novel by Kylie Reed. Reed? Yes, where a young black woman who is babysitting a white woman's uh, child is accused of kidnapping the child when they kind of take her to a grocery store at night because the parents' uh, house has been egged, one of the windows broken, um, and thus is wrongly accused of kidnapping the child, basically because you're a black woman with a young white child, and we have a kind of a woman who accuses them, a officious uh, kind of basically mall cop, grocery store cop, who decides to take the I can't let you go, man, because there's a child involved and sort of stuff like this. And there's a helpful guy who's sort of white knighting, who is filming it, and he I can't remember. Yeah, he convinces her to let him email it to him. And this is Amir, is the black woman. Alex is the mother of the child. Alex, who seems to have started off by starting a business in New York where she would just write to places nicely and get free stuff in exchange for rave reviews, which that's how they kind of phrase it, which is like, you're immediately makes me completely dislike Alex, because it's like, yeah, you've got no moral authority. You're not actually reviewing stuff. You're just basically, for in exchange for goods, you're lying to the public. But she parlays this into also being able to really write really good resumes and letters to get privileged young people into colleges. She helps an influencer that way, and suddenly she's got a whole business going, and she's suddenly an influencer herself, and is talking and saying, like, helping, basically promoting young women should ask for stuff, and there's sort of whole kind of positive feminist thing. And she's actually, maybe she feels like it's running its course, but she's at a thing and she's got her child there, and she suddenly gets the idea of like, oh, I'll suddenly, in the middle of it, she says, oh, so I have to stop, I have to breastfeed, but that's okay because I want I want a thing at the table, and I should be breastfeeding, I can do that while I'm breastfeeding. And it's like, yes, oh yeah, great. And Hillary Clinton's campaign, because this is set in 2016, even though it's 2019 is when it was published, is like, oh, we're very interested in you. And she does all this, but then their house goes co-op, and their husband, who is a newscaster, is like, I'm not getting anywhere in New York. How about we go to Philadelphia, where I can, there's a couple of veteran newscasters who are retiring, and I can go there. And so he goes there. She hires Amir, after getting kind of recommended all these people who know who she is, that her book and all that stuff. Amir does not know anything about all this stuff, and is very kind of matter of fact and kind of good with her kid, who seems to either have, maybe be autistic, on the autistic scale, or talking to voices. I don't know what's happening there. But Amir is this young woman who, all her family's been good with her hands. She's kind of been told sternly by her father, you need to find out what you're doing, focus. She's getting late 20s, and she was going to do kind of medical transcription, but she decided, it's like, no, I can't do this. She was picking up transcription job, and it's like, oh fuck, I need to get something. So she put out the thing for babysitting and got picked up by Alex, and who's like, "Oh, you can type really quickly because like she's writing a book." Though she's fine with her second pregnancy, that she's gaining weight and she's writing slower. And indeed, at the day after the incident, she's very much like, she's feeling very much like a fish out of water in this place where she's overweight and kind of dressing casual, whereas all the women newscasters and male newscasters are all very kind of conservative and dressed in power things, and are all giving her children very kind of gender stereotyped birthday gifts, stuff like that. So don't it's all very it's very much told in a kind of a very light contemporary way, and it's one of these things of like, Alex herself is just like, okay, yes, white privilege writ large, with a woman who's just like, yep, I'm just going to ask for all the nice stuff and get all the nice stuff, which, I can't really, I'm actually finding her a little bit more sympathetic at the moment, because she's with all these kind of the plastic robot newscaster types, which are there. But it's very this is a book that I got, I think I downloaded because it was one of Poptimus, the channel Poptimus, and picks for top 20 books. And indeed, I think it was nominated for a Booker Prize, and I remember people talking about it now, thinking this really isn't a Booker Prize book, because it's very much kind of more of a contemporary novel, contemporary fiction versus literary fiction. It's got that kind of very breezy, you can see it getting turned into a movie kind of feel, but not a prestige Oscar movie, but more of like a, kind of contemporary issue kind of one. So I guess we'll see. It's definitely something that's out of my comfort zone and interesting to do. Very much a kind of a female-led thing. There is this husband Peter, but he's definitely a secondary character, and the brunt of this stuff is going to fall on Amir and Alex, and how they probably negotiate what sounds like it's going to be try to be more subtle-ish racism in America, race relations in America, white privilege in America. Obviously, you definitely tell that this is on Amir's side, and Alex is a bit of a cartoon of white privilege, and someone that the annoying kind of type of influencer who just asks and gets given everything, which is annoying to me as much as it would be I would think, to a black woman, who, I don't know if you would want that stuff, and if they did want that stuff, well, then they'd just be as shallow as the white influencer woman. At least that would be my knee-jerk reaction. So yeah, it's definitely outside of my range, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes as it goes along. It's very flowingly written, easy to listen to on audiobook, so good. All right, more videos later.